Hello everybody, it is Coach Nick with Broadway Gymnastics and welcome back to another online lesson. Today's lesson is going to be a really fun one, so we're going to go ahead and start with our full body stretch and warm up. So as always, make sure you're in a safe area with plenty of room to spread out. Grab a bottle of water if you need it, and we are going to get started right away. So starting today again, we're going to have our cardio first before moving into our stretch, and then we have a couple of across the floor stuff. So we're starting with our in and out. So remember, this is our jumping jacks, but we're not going to be using the arms. So the timer is going to start in 3, 2, 1. Go. Good, we're doing this for 30 seconds. Now remember, if you want to make this one a little more challenging, you're going to go in, out, front, and back. So out, in, front, back. Or you can just stick with your regular in and out. We got 10 seconds. Good, moving into our high knees. Halfway through. Good, and going to shuffle and touch. So remember, depending on how much space you have, you can go a little bit longer in your shuffles. Good, so we're going to move into our lunges around the world. So we're going to go forward, to the side, and back, and then the same thing with our other leg. And so remember, we don't want that knee to touch the ground. We do want to get nice and low. 5 seconds. All right, and we're going to go into our straddle. So we're in that straddle stretch, reaching to the right. And switch. And to the middles. So we're trying to get your hands flat. If you want an extra challenge, you can reach back. And sweeps. All right, we're gonna go sit in our pike position. So we're gonna go feet flexed, trying to reach over your toes and pull those heels off the ground. All right, and butterfly. Good, now we're going to slide it out. Try and bring your nose towards your toes and get as flat as you can. All right, we're going to do our wrist stretch. So our fingers are facing towards us, palms are down on the ground, and we're going to just lean back. Try and keep your palms flat. Good, and from there, we're going to turn our hands in. We'll go a little side to side. Good, and shake them out. We're gonna go to our Achilles. So our right foot is gonna be flat, our left leg is bent, and our heel's off the ground. You should feel it in your right Achilles. And switch. Three more seconds. Good, all right, so this is our last one before we're gonna go across the floor. So you have your heel raises, roll out your neck, and then we're gonna start with our across the floor stuff. All right, so first one, we're just gonna do a nice releve walk up on your tiptoes. reaching tall, moving into passe walk. And try and hold the passe for an extra challenge before stepping and finishing. All right, so we're going to go into our handstands. So lunge, lever. Good. Hold. Remember, try to cover your ears once you kick your feet up. Into our cartwheels. Remember, press that second foot back. Good. Now, if you remember, we've also done cartwheel step-ins, and we've done one-handed cartwheels. So, if you want to try one of those, you can do that as well. Now we have our straight jumps. So push through the toes. You can go hands on your hips, or hands up tall. Whichever one you prefer. Alrighty. We should be nice and stretched out and ready to go, so it is time to move on. Alright you guys, so last week we talked a little bit about floor routines, and we talked about some skills and some transitions to make up an entire routine at your home. Now the week before that, we talked about spelling your name using gymnastics poses. So what we're going to do today is something kind of fun. We're going to try and combine them together. So, if you guys remember, I started showing an example of how I would spell my last name. So if I'm going to start with the letter K, I'm going to start in my lunge position, just as I'm going into a cartwheel. So today, instead of just holding that pose and trying to spell my name, we're going to add fluid movement. So we're going to show an example with my name, and then you guys are going to try it with your own. So, for the letter K, I'm going to start my lunge, just like I'm going into a cartwheel. But we're going to add that fluid movement. So I'm going to take my K, and I'm going to complete my first skill. Now, if my next letter is L, my way of doing an L will be a pike position. So I'm going to move fluid down to the floor and hold the letter L, which is hopefully facing the right way. There's no way for me to know. Then from here, I have to get into an E. So I'm going to try to use fluid movement up to a letter E. Then we want to go to a V. So we're going to add some transitional skills. I'm going to candlestick, and hopefully that resembled somewhat of a B. We have to go one more B, and then finish with our letter R. Good. So that's a fun little way to add some fluid movements and make a routine out of these poses. So we're combining all the things that we did before. Now remember, no pose needs to be exactly on. I don't know if all of mine resemble the letters, but it is a good way to have fun with it and start thinking about different ways to move your body in these gymnastics poses. So I want you guys to try with either your first name or your last name, or if you're up for the challenge, go ahead and do both. So remember from our last class when we did floor routines, we tried to use the 4 different corners and make our skills look fluid around the floor. So I want you guys to do the same thing. So if I was starting with that letter K, hold your pose, cartwheel across. And then you can take your next pose and your next letter and try and move it somewhere else. So it's even better if you can hide the letter. So sometimes you won't even see it because you'll make it look so fluid and natural in your gymnastics. But it's something for you to know and for you to work on. So that is your assignment for today. Remember to have fun with it and get creative and let us know how you took on the challenge. As always, now is a great time to go back and stretch your splits or bridges or choose from one of our older workouts and get a little bit of extra exercise in. We are super excited to see you guys back in the gym as soon as possible, but for now, we will see you guys in the next one.